Woo! Yo, what up? I just love Fridays because Fridays are a time for random reflections.
Black boy joy, she wanna see the Forbes like I wanna see her form. Tell me what you for, yeah. Ayy, you pay me what I'm owed, yeah.
Alright, so this week was pretty awesome, honestly. Like, we had a few little hiccups with our travel, you can see here. But overall, it was pretty good. I want to start with my second book in my contract with HarperCollins. After speaking to my editor, I also did a video about that. I felt a lot more comfortable kind of going into this writing and figuring out the structure. I actually have a handful of, I can't really like show you, but I have a handful of just papers here actually of just me trying to figure out what the structure of this book looks like, and I feel like I have something. I really do. After talking to my editor and then talking to my wife, who is an amazing editor also, I feel like it's starting to come together a little bit. One of the things I love about the picture book process is that there's so many edits and conversations about certain lines, the way things are said, certain words. I just really love being specific and trying to find out what is best for how I'm trying to say it, if that makes sense. So I submitted that to her, I think yesterday. Hopefully in the next few days or maybe in a week or whenever I get that back, and I will continue to pump out ideas around that structure and trying to develop what that book looks like to finally get to an illustrator. So that's kind of what happens. Like, together, me and my editor will figure out the best way to make this book feel whole. We'll send it out to illustrators. Hopefully an illustrator enjoys the text. They will agree to the text. We will make some edits to the text. They will make some mock-up illustrations, and then you kind of go back and forth a little bit. But that was with the what am I trying to say? That was with the picture book. Pretty busy, pretty busy. In regards to the middle grade book, I hadn't had a chance to really work on, I should have worked on it more this week, but I was really focused on that picture book a little bit. So right now I don't really have a timeline for this middle grade book. I'm hoping to have the draft finished by the middle of next month, and then hopefully have it ready to share with my agent next year, maybe middle of January, end of January. I don't want to put a timeline on it, but hopefully next year sometime. Other than that, yeah, I might be, actually it's not even a might, I am probably about 99.9% sure I will be going back into the classroom next year. I don't know where yet, but I am almost 99.9% sure I will be back. Mixed feelings about it, just because I am enjoying waking up and kind of moving the beat of my own drum a little bit. But I'm also excited to get back in the classroom with kids, because that is where my heart has always been. And I think it'll be good for me. I do think it'll be good for me. So we'll see, we will see. Spent a day, not even a day, however long this series is with Colin in black and white. I binge watched that thing.
Since the day I was born, my passion, my love was being a quarterback.
And it was amazing. I think Ava and Colin and everyone who was involved with that production did such a phenomenal job. The soundtrack, the soundtrack is so good, so good. And I mean, the content is just amazing. Like, it's what I expected through Colin and Ava, and like just the way it is presented is what really struck me. It's basically, I don't know if this is a spoiler maybe, but it's basically Colin watching his childhood being raised in a white adopted family, and him going through the process of school, through high school basically, and getting offers from different schools for baseball and football. And he's watching all of this at the same time, grappling with the ideas of who he is and his identity, and who he is as being black and American, and being around white spaces. And through all of that, he's also reflecting. So like, you actually get to see him, the real Colin, like reflect, and he's talking about the history of some of the things that he's going through. So during that time in the film, he doesn't obviously know, like, he's so young and he's not being taught these things through his family, so he doesn't know. But then it flips back to him and he's talking about the history around some of these things, and it's just so well done. I didn't know this, but I love that he really highlighted Allen Iverson and the amazing work that he's done in regards to just like self-identity and what he's done for sports arts and the black culture and hip hop, etc. I love that he really highlighted AI so much in that film. And yeah, I think it was probably one of the best Netflix series that I've seen in a long time. And I'll probably go back and watch it a number of times again because there's probably so many things that I missed. But I loved him going back, and I loved every moment in the film where he tastes black food and it doesn't need spices. But then when he's home with his adopted family, he's putting salt and pepper on everything. It's so, like, it's funny, it's clever, it's smart, it is all of those things, and it's extremely informative, as I knew it would be. It was so good. Yeah. I had a therapy session this week because, you know what, lots of changes are happening in my life, my wife's life, and our life. And I talked to my therapist just about kind of like next steps. How do I continue to maintain a healthy lifestyle, though things are changing, though I feel not necessarily stressed, but being pulled in different ways. And we talked about balance. I think balance is really important. And we talked about honesty and how I need to be honest about who I am and my core beliefs, and whether those core beliefs are making me act or say certain things. And it was just really good. Really good to reflect again and bring myself back to some of the things that we had practiced previously when we started together. So that was my week. Super busy, but very successful. I don't know if that was the word I was looking for, but yeah. Tomorrow's a weekend. Hopefully you have a great weekend. Stay blessed, stay out of trouble. Until next time, peace.